My name is Kevin Walsh. I'm the Executive Director of the Yankee Air Museum. We're here today at Willow Run Airport in Bay 8 of Hangar 1, home to the flyable airplanes of the Yankee Air Museum.
Willow Run was started under the auspices of Edsel Ford.
It was really the Ford family putting together the Willow Run bomber plant back in the early 40s, and the opportunity to join the war effort and produce over 8,000 B-24 Liberator bombers right here at Willow Run.
So they were limited to 24s. That's all they.
That's all they. The factory was designed for B-24s. It was actually designed for other bombers in the future, but all that was produced here were B-24s, and they were produced at an incredible rate of a bomber an hour, which said no one could ever have done that. Well, the Ford said, yeah, we can do that.
Well, that's over 2/3 of the total production of 24s for the whole wars. I remember it's like 12,800, something like that.
Yeah, absolutely. There was
Now, as you know, the reason I'm here with you this morning was the rare opportunity to fly in a B-17. What a incredible gift that is.
Yeah. There's only 6 17s right now that are currently flying. That are actually flying rides. So
I think I'm the last one.
Why don't you sit right there?
Okay. You got it. Okay.
It's a little uncomfortable.
That's all right. I'm good for uncomfortable.
Yeah, wait till I get by you.
All right. And I'm gonna sit here with my back to the wall and buckle in there.
Yeah.
Are you here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Once the air gets up, you get up, walk around.
How's everybody doing back here?
Great. How are you?
Good.
I knew you were.
You can't get a ride in a B-17. As easy as you can go get a ride in something else.
Right.
And then there's only about 9 flyable in the world. So
wow.
yeah, so it's very, very rare. It is only because of the dedication and the hard work of all our volunteers that maintain these airplanes and keep them going. It's unbelievable the time and energy they put in. In the 17s in post-war, they had a design that lent themselves to something a little bit more practical than the B-24s. The B-24s were designed to drop bombs.
Right.
That's what their design was. And they didn't have much applicable usage after the war. The 17, by its very nature and the way the aircraft was put together, it did have some practical uses in firefighting and transport and Coast Guard patrol, etc. So that's why a few more 17s exist in the world than B-24s. Well, right now we're going to have the press flight this morning, and then we're actually launching 2 bombers and the transport to head out to Pennsylvania for a big World War II air show weekend.
We're on the outskirts of Ann Arbor, so throughout the year, locals, people throughout the state and tri-state area. When can they come and fly in the B-17? How often?
We actually start flying at the beginning of May and fly all the way through to October. So as long as the weather is fairly decent, through those months, we're flying all the time. We fly out of Willow Run, and then we also fly in all our stops. So if you go on yankeeairmuseum.org and look at our schedule, for this weekend we'll be in Reading, Pennsylvania. You're able to book a ride in Reading, Pennsylvania if you're in the area you're going to that air show. So we don't just fly here, but we fly at all our locations that we go to.
Yeah.
Exactly. But and again, this experience, and you'll be able to report on it really well when you come back. This is worth traveling to see. This is worth traveling to experience. There are not many experiences for this price point that you are ever going to have that is this visceral, this exciting, and memorable. And that's one of the key things about these flight experiences and visiting the museum is everything about it is memorable. And as soon as that first engine starts, you'll know what I mean.
Oh, I do. There's no sweeter sound on planet Earth than a radial engine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I mean, we live to hear the noise. And the other thing is there's hardly any museums, aviation museums around in this region that regularly fly these type of airplanes. So that's another thing, and it's a reason to travel and to have people come into Southeast Michigan, come to Washtenaw County, the Ann Arbor area, and experience this, because you can't go anywhere else to get a B-17 ride in this part of the nation.
Both work for the airlines, but this is our hobby for us. Yeah, we absolutely love it.
Yeah, wonderful flight. Well, thank you very, very much for the ride. It was awesome.
Thank you.
We appreciate it.
It was nice.
Wasn't that cool?
Yeah.
So cool.
And I did it for 440, so I'm good. I'm good. It's good. This should go on. I didn't know this should go on my bucket list. Yeah.
Been there and I can testify.
Yeah.
It's one of those memories that stays with you for the rest of your life.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yep.
Some total that part's greater than the whole. Yeah.